Good morning to one and all students appearing in the final year examinations. This is S.V. Raghuvanshi working as an assistant professor, People's College, Nanded. Today I would like to deal with the changing pattern of an examination. As it is said that the exam will be in the form of MCQs, multiple choice questions. Due to this, most of the students are worried regarding multiple choice questions. What kind of questions will be asked? What is the structure of MCQs? Then how to prepare about that, etc. Some issues on behalf of students. Most of the students asked me the changing pattern of examination as well as what kind of questions will be asked, how to prepare for that, and what is the sources in order to collect that particular MCQs. Everyone is searching through web portals and secondary sources of information. Wherever, whatever, however they are getting in information only from the perspective of preparing MCQs. Just for the sake of clarifying the examination, they are preparing. But to me, I would like to suggest all the students, instead of going through MCQs only, instead of putting the perspective to qualify the examination only, just clarify your concepts. On the basis of such mere statement, if you clarify your all the concepts, however whatever questions will be asked, you will be able to solve that particular questions. I am not speaking about management accounting only. Whatever subject is there, you just have to clarify your all concepts, relevant concept, so that you will be able to solve any difficulties arising on behalf of any subject, any particular topic. And beyond concepts, no questions will be asked. You just have to make clarification regarding these concepts. So I would like to keep some videos before you. So first of all, I would like to put the video regarding capital budgeting. Capital budgeting in the sense, just we have to see all the relevant concepts in the in the topic of capital budgeting. Okay, now the basic concept, its process, significance, and different kind of aspect that signifies, that tells the important aspects regarding different kinds of phenomena. So first of all, we will see the basic concepts of this topic. Okay, just we are going to see all the conceptual learning. Right now, on behalf of this concept, I am going to put the background, meaning, just definition, application, significance, perspective, objectives, and different aspects. Okay, if these concepts have been clarified by the students, then they all are able to solve, they all are able to face any difficulties arising on behalf of such concepts. Okay, and I would like to inform you all students how the question will be asked, how the questions will be framework in the form of some alternatives, that is multiple choice questions. Okay, now we'll see. Before going to discuss with the concepts of capital budgeting, just I would like to tell all the students that they should be prepared for all the related aspects in the capital budgeting. You just go through all the concepts, relevant concepts also, even though it's not forming the part of your capital budgeting. Beyond that, you can go. It should not be worthless for you if you are reading, if you are going something in addition to your prime concepts. Okay, so first of all, we are going to see the concept of capital budgeting. I am not going to elaborate all the concepts in this session. Just I am telling how to prepare for particular multiple choice questions. Okay, so first of all, I would like to tell the concept, the mere aspect of the concept. Now I would like to tell you the meaning, the significance of the capital budgeting. capital budgeting is nothing but it is an investment decision made in long term assets, in fixed assets, in order to generate revenues in the form of returns. Okay, it is the process in which we are going to make investment decisions only in case of long term assets or fixed assets. We all are known about the fixed assets or long term assets, that is plant and machinery, building, equipments, and different kinds of assets that we have or organization needs. Okay, it is also known as capital budgeting, is also known as investment expenditure decision. In the sense, why it is said that investment expenditure decision? Because in order to make an investment, we are incurring some expenditure initially. That's why it is a part of expenditure, but in the form of investment. That's why it is said that it is also investment expenditure decision. And you should have to notice, you should have to keep in mind one thing, that when you invested in long term assets or fixed assets, generally the decision is not to be reversed. It is irreversible in nature. Why? Because it tend to be investment for long term, for more than 3 years of period. Okay, in order to generate revenues in the form of annual cash inflows, you have made an investment for long term. That's why the decision is irreversible, so it should be noticed. And then some methods have been involved in the in the topic of capital budgeting. What kind of methods are there, on what basis they have classified, on what basis the methods have been categorized? Some time adjusted methods are there, some traditional methods are there. Why it has been classified? Just you have to think upon that. If you are thinking such a way, in such a manner, then you will be able to solve all kinds of difficulties arising in the form of multiple choice questions. Okay, so students, we are going to see the concept of capital budgeting, how the questions will be asked in the form of alternatives, that is multiple choice questions. Okay, we have seen the conceptual framework of capital budgeting. Now we are going to see one by one the framework of MCQs on the basis of concepts we have seen. First of all, the first one question I would like to deal, dash dash is the process of making investment decisions in long term assets or fixed assets or capital expenditures. See here, if you analyze the alternatives given as following. First one option, investment evaluation, capital investment, financing, then capital budgeting. You will quickly realize the correct one option, that is capital budgeting, because on the basis of concepts we have learned, it is immediately able to click that the answer will be capital budgeting. Why? Because we have seen capital budgeting is the process of investment decision regarding long term assets or fixed assets. That's why the correct option will be capital budgeting. We'll move for second one questions. You will see here, capital budgeting is also known as, see, the another kind of nomenclature to the capital budgeting we have seen in the concept. Okay, read all the alternatives and make an interpretation for the second question. Just go through the options. Whether the capital budgeting will also known as investment decision. First one option, see here. Second one option, capital expenditure decision is there. Planning capital expenditure is there. Okay, see, analyze one by one. You just go through the options. Investment decision, is it okay? Already we have seen it is the process, it is an investment decision. Second one option, capital expenditure decision, in the sense we are going to invest in the long term assets. If we are incurring expenses for long term, it should be in the form of capital expenditure. Okay, that's why second one option also correct. Now we'll move for third one option, planning capital expenditure. It is also one kind of planning in order to invest for the long term, for the fixed assets. That's why all the alternatives given will make the supplement of the statement capital budgeting. Okay, will support the process of capital budgeting. Hence there are some nomenclatures to the capital budgeting as investment decision also, capital expenditure decision also, and planning capital expenditures also. Okay, so we'll move for third one, questions. How the questions will be framework. Capital expenditure decisions are: option number 1, reversible. Option number 2, irreversible. Option number C, either A or B. Option number D, none of the above. Now we have seen our concepts have been clarified that capital expenditure decisions or capital budgeting is the process in which we invest an amount of money in the long term in the fixed assets, according to which we cannot reverse the decision immediately or quickly. If you invest once, it should be held for the long term. You cannot withdraw your money, your amount of money from that particular investment. Okay, that is the concept of capital budgeting for the long term, and which is generally irreversible in nature. That's why the correct option is option B, that is irreversible. Now we'll see the fourth one, questions. See, on the basis of methods the question have been asked. Okay, I am reading the question. Traditional methods of evaluation of investment proposals are. Now I have told you on the basis of methods, on the basis of traditional methods and on the basis of time adjusted methods. Both the questions have been asked here. I have told you the methods. Right now we'll go through the options or alternatives. First one option, payback period method. Second one option, rate of return method. Third one option, accounting method or accounting rate of return method. Then the last option is all of the above. We have seen in traditional methods, we have seen the all kinds of methods that indulge with the amount of time period. It means rate of return as well as time period have been involved under the method of traditional methods. That's why payback period method also involved, a rate of return method also involved, and accounting method also involved. That's why all the alternatives have been selected, have been suitable for the questions asked as the traditional methods. Hence the correct option is option D, that goes for all the above. Okay, now if we are going through the options, further questions may be asked over payback period method, over rate of return method, over accounting method. Okay, you just have to analyze the options, you just have to put the conceptual framework through all the options, then you will be able to solve any kind of queries, any kind of questions asking in the examination in the form of any alternatives. Okay, just read out all the related concepts to your payback period method, rate of return method, or accounting method, whatever it may be. Okay, that is the conceptual framework learning. Now we'll move for fifth one question. I would like to read as: time adjusted methods for evaluation of investment proposals are. Same question is there. In the fourth one we have seen traditional methods. Right now we are going to see time adjusted methods. Now all we have known the time adjusted methods. Option number 1, net present value method. Option number 2, internal rate or return method. Option number 3, profitability index method. And option number D, all of the above. We have known all the concepts, all the methods of time adjusted. All the alternatives are appropriate regarding time adjusted methods. So the option D will be correct, that represents all the methods. Okay, we'll move for the sixth one question. It is said that The method in which the time period is considered to recover initial investment made in a proposal. See here, the question is asked. The question have been asked on the basis of methods. We have seen in the fourth question some methods, in the fifth question some methods. Over that methods, the question have been asked in such a manner. Okay. Then regarding remaining methods, you just have to clarify your concepts so that you will be able to you will be able to face the difficulties over such methods. Okay, we'll see payback period method in the sense, profitability method in the sense, average rate of return method in the sense. Just we have to immediately quickly realizable. All the methods we have seen, meaning its application, definition. Okay, as far as profitability method is concerned, it is not just to recover the initial investment. It is not saying the time period to recover the initial investment. So the first one option is not suitable, is not appropriate. You go for second option. Okay, payback period method. Yes, it will be realized, it will be quickly realized that it is the time period required to recover initial investment made. Hence the correct option is option B. Average rate of return in the sense, if we are going to make comparative analysis of two or more than two proposals, of two or more than two projects, then we have to know the concept of average rate of return method, which is already explained. Just you have to realize the nature of questions and how it will be asked. Okay, we'll move for next one question. Just I am dealing with the seventh one question and will remain here. Okay, so we are going to see the seventh one question. Payback period can be calculated as following. See here, on the basis of formula or on the basis of structured pattern of methods, the question have been asked. Just we have considered here the first one method, that is traditional method, payback period method. On the basis of remaining methods, you can generate formula, you can prepare the MCQs, all multiple choice questions. Okay, I will read. Payback period can be calculated as following. Alternatives have been provided you and you know the answer. Just I'm going to read the alternatives. You decide what options will be correct. Payback period method is equals to initial outlay divided by annual cash outflows. Okay. Second one option, initial outlay divided by annual cash outflows. Third one option, initial outlay or investment divided by annual cash inflows. And last option, A and C both. See here, such type of more than one option questions will be asked. There may be a possibility to ask such questions having more than two options, more than one option. Okay, you just go through the options and you will analyze, you will realize all the options. First one option says initial outlay. It means outlay in the sense your expenditure, initial expenditure in the sense your initial investment, we may say. Okay, divided by annual cash outflows. Now outflows in the sense you are making an expenditure. Then further your numerator represents expenditure as well as denominator represent expenditure. Whether the formula will be correct? No. Obviously it should not be have an inclusion of outflows. In denominator it should be for inflows. So we'll go for second option. Initial outlay divided by annual cash outflows. Further outflow option is there, which will not be appropriate. Okay, then we'll move for third one option, initial outlay or investment divided by annual cash inflows. Okay, here I would like to tell you option A and option C, both the options have same meaning. Outlay in the sense you just have to realize it is nothing but initial expenditure in the form of investment. That's why initial investment or initial outlay is also known as investment. Hence, both the options are correct, appropriate, adequate in order to define the formula of payback period method. Okay, that's why option D having option A and C both are correct. You just have to need to consider here the conceptual framework. What kind of questions will be asked, that is to be needed, that is to be considered. So this is the pattern of multiple choice questions. And further I would like to tell you, I would like to inform you, just have to keep in mind one thing, that conceptual framework should be the foundation of your examination, should be the base to appear to face your examination. Okay, thank you.